talking in an accent, no one's gonna know.
How would they know?
Y'all do what y'all
They
do.
wouldn't know.
If it's as natural and if it's fun, then
It's
why
not,
not?
first of all, it's not natural.
You can go out. You only say.
You know what is natural?
Yeah.
Body hair.
Let's get into like a segue.
I like it.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to the Lesbian Disc.
Okay, my name's Katie.
My name is Ryan.
I am Kate.
I thought you were Caitlin. What are we talking about?
On today's episode, we want to talk about body hair because I think we all have a very personal relationship with it, being women that choose to embrace our body hair and the world being so against it.
I feel like everybody's experience here is a little bit sad. Go ahead, baby. I'm excited to hear the history.
Throughout art, since forever, they've always depicted bodies without hair until the second half of the 19th century. Why? I don't fucking know. The 16th century in the UK, Queen Elizabeth, she set a new trend. This girl shaved her eyebrows off, shaved her hairline to make her forehead look bigger, and I guess that was like the first couple of approaches to epilating hair. It was interesting though because I wouldn't think she would prefer like forehead, but she did.
See, that's my dog. Because as a beautiful woman with a long forehead, when I was reading that, it made me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
She said, I want that.
No, I have that.
But I thought it was really crazy when I read that she would use a mix of ammonia and vinegar. And she would soak her hairline in that.
Do you know what I heard where she got her ammonia from? Her feline pets.
Oh my god.
I can't fact check that.
I believe it.
I think I saw it on Wikipedia.
Yeah. So after that, women were comfortable in their body hairs until the 1920s. The fashion industry started to change. Hemlines started to get shorter. They started introducing sleeveless dresses for the very first time. So this was advertisers' chance to sell this to a whole new market and said, you need to shave your armpits, you need to shave your legs. They would say like the craziest things in these advertisements.
I was looking at that notebook like, oh, she came prepared.
Okay. Gillette released their first razor for women.
Yes.
At first, it was them encouraging women to shave their armpits. Then later on, it got to leg hair. And then in like the 80s, 90s, bikini area. Because of the introduction of pornography and the rise of photography. They would put very shameful wording in advertisements, shaming women. Basically saying that it's a necessity, it's cleanliness, even though no scientist could back that up.
That's what I hear a lot. Oh, it's the
So
cleanliness.
It's not. It's like so wrong. So aside from the fashion industry starting to change, the fashion industry models started to be more bare-bodied, which trickled down into like pornography. And then that's when really you start to see it more. But before we got to that point,
Bald pussy.
before we got there, during World War II, there was a shortage in nylon and stockings. So women actually did have to start shaving.
Like
Had to. Touching on that subject specifically during the World War II, the propaganda was,
The men are at war.
don't you want to be a cleanly, beautiful, feminine woman for the men?
You're getting them through the war. Without you, we would lose.
Yeah.
It's all on you, ladies. You better
Yes.
start shaving.
To
Yeah.
fucking shave? You're joking.
They're taking it on another level. But now I feel like, the guys are with that now. And, they're going to start pushing their girls to shave.
Absolutely.
They think it's like an automatic.
Oh, I saw Sandra. She had very clean armpits, baby. So guess what I bought you? What do you want?
I saw about the 1915, whatever his name, Gillette. The razor that he released was, so that was the first razor catered towards women in general, like you had mentioned. It was apparently 14 karat gold. 14 karat gold.
Oh.
I'm a silver girl.
I mean, like, it was really expensive. I thought it was like $14,000 to buy. Damn, no one had access.
Oh,
They're gatekeeping.
let's just continue that thought for later because I have some shit to say.
Well, let's fast forward after World War II. 20 years later, about 98% of women have shaved legs. Just a thing that was never norm to suddenly, if you don't do this, like, bitch, you're ill.
Bye, bitch, bye.
In the 60s and 70s, we had that second wave of feminism. So we had a lot of women wanting to reclaim their body hair.
Hippies.
I think we really have to thank all those women that said, fuck this. And men were so loud and still are very loud about what they think a woman should be doing with their bodies.
Shut the fuck up.
And who asked you? Well, meanwhile, in South Korea, bushes were seen as a sign of fertility, abundance, and good health. People would even get pubic transplants, just two really opposite sides of the spectrum.
I can share. I got them if they need that transplant.
But imagine, even probably with a bush, they'd promote, like, making it soft.
Some fucking pussy conditioner
missionary.
You know what? That sounds good. I really want to try yoni steaming for your womb health. It's just you sit on a stool and you have a bowl of water and herbs, and like you have a skirt or a towel and you just steam yourself.
Wow.
Oh.
But more than anything, it's a nice feeling.
Nice feeling, huh?
Yeah. That's not
Oh,
sexual.
she get hot. She's get hot. Oh, God.
You want to try that later?
How we
I got a pot and I got a steamer, baby. You're gonna put your pot out.
Alright, baby, squat. Like, actually going out in public with body hair, you do get stared at a lot.
Absolutely.
So I find myself sometimes like hiding, toning it down for some reason. I don't know. But it's like, why is this offending you? Why is me comfortable in my own skin offending you? And why am I letting your opinion still somehow control how I go about my day?
I feel that all the way.
Shaving is something you should do for yourself, not because the world is telling you that you should. And I think we all had that conversation with our parents when we were very young, or our moms. Like, I remember for me it was my armpits, and I was maybe like 10, and I had such little hair. It's like a very clear memory. We were arriving at a park, and I like stretched, and my mom saw my armpit, came up to me, and she like touched it. She said, "You have to shave." And I was 10, and it was such little hair. It was so light. Nothing like how I have now. Why? And at the same time, she's probably been taught that. So it's not about her. She's a victim of it as well. I just think it's really sad that this is something that we continue to pass down to children.
Why do we need to be hairless to be desired by men? Who is hairless?
Children.
Exactly. Babies are hairless. Feels so silly even sitting here and talking about it because all humans have hair.
What are the stigmas behind girls having hair?
Lesbians. They said that a lot.
You're a
Which is
fucking
true.
lesbian.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. I'll take that as an identifier. And even if you were with a man or with a woman, like, if you don't care, you don't care. But these companies are telling you that men are audiences and we have to look a certain way to please men.
Which brings me back to earlier when you were talking about those ads. I think I might have seen them in my bit of research. One of the ads was a woman hailing a taxi cab, and the man, he pulls over and he's just like at her fucking armpits. He was not picking her up, and she looks up and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I just shaved yesterday." And he fucking zooms off. And that was a literal commercial of like a man being disgusted with a woman's armpits. Again, it is for gain, for capitalism.
That's so sad.
It sends a message
To women and little girls.
and to men that it's
And
okay
men
to
that
act
it's
like
okay to
that.
act
Yeah.
like that,
Fuck.
Yeah.
But men love to egg each other on and say, "Oh, look at that girl's hair."
Can I tell you about a personal experience that happened
Love
while I
to.
was working? My partner told me that where I was walking around and someone made the joke of like,
Here comes Kate with her hairy legs.
Like a coworker?
one of the boys, yeah, one of the boys. And I was just like, I don't even
Whatever,
fucking
man.
notice your
Whatever,
like
man.
hair.
Say it. Say it. I don't give a fuck.
Why are you worried about me? I'm not worried about you.
Shut the fuck up.
They can't see a woman doing something that she wants to do without the influence of what they think is
I
right.
know.
Keep my name and my hair out of your fucking mouth.
Exactly.
Do you think women are against other women having body hair?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Some
I like
women
that.
operate on the male gaze, which not their fucking fault. I cannot fault them, cannot blame them, because we live in the society that we live in where everything is viewed through the male's gaze.
It's almost automatic until you take a moment to
Absolutely.
step back and shift that lens.
I know that when I definitely was in my college, I was trying to be sexy, going out. Like, if I remember correctly, I don't know if I was badass then, like how I am now, but I'm pretty sure I would shave. You know, like it just didn't add on to the sexiness. But now I feel fucking hot. Like, no one can tell me shit.
Now I don't feel myself without my armpit hair.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Well, tell me when you guys started making the shift and why you want to grow it out or just let it be.
My whole life, pretty much. I was shaving, then not shaving, like, didn't really care in my relationships either, which is a bit surprising because I have parents who are incredibly against visible body hair and just like body hair in general. My mom, to this day, even my stepdad, who is the kindest man that I've ever met, will look at my armpits and just be like, "Ay, qué asco." Like,
So loud.
disgusting. You got to get rid of that. My mom has sent me money over and over again to go get waxed. And best believe, like, I spend that money wisely. That was my life of growing up, and like my parents and my biological father, whatever the fuck that guy is, same thing. The body hair, ew, ugh, that's so manly. You look fucking dirty, like mean.
Especially to your own daughter.
Yeah, okay, fuck that
I can't
guy.
stand him.
No, neither can I. Fuck you.
I feel like when parents say that, they're not really thinking about what their personal beliefs are, what they would actually say to their daughter, but they're thinking about what other people might think, what their family and friends might think. Why am I letting my daughter run loose with hair? At least that's what my mom felt.
But even like as you say, doesn't it sound so silly?
It's silly, but I feel like that's how people operate nowadays, based on other people's opinions. I mean, the only time my mom allowed me to shave, I was in Egypt and I really wanted to shave because every girl in my class, they had shaven arms. And I remember this girl looking at my arms one day and like, Ryan, you got a lot of hair. And I remember hiding it and, like scribbling pen on it. And I'm like, no,
what's
it's
that
just
gonna
pen.
do?
It's just pen. But the next day, I wanted to shave. And then my mom saw the razor in the bathtub and she said, Ryan, let me see your arms. I showed her my legs because those are the ones I didn't shave. But after that, I didn't shave because how scary my mom was. But I remember the only time she allowed me to shave was at a wedding where she forced me to wear a dress and she didn't want people to see my hairy armpits.
Wow, so not because you were getting bullied, but because you were going to a wedding.
Yes.
See, that really brings it back to your point of it's for other people.
Yeah.
You know, it's how other people are going to perceive you. And that's not a good message to send to your children.
No, it's not.
At all. I know growing up, it was like the polar opposite. I got my period incredibly young. I was 8. So I know that I was an early bloomer, meaning I got hair before everybody else. So that was definitely something that I would notice. Kids would point it out, like,
You have hairy legs.
I mean, I was a kid, so I was like,
Oh fuck. Yeah. I do.
You have a big head.
yeah. And I wasn't big on confrontation back then. Now,
I'll beat a bitch up.
my whole childhood, right? My mom encouraged shaving, right? But then I had an aunt. She felt like her daughter shaving showed that she was just maturing too early. And it just gave the wrong vibe off to men. No matter what you do, a woman is just in a fucking shitty position. Like, my mom was like, yeah, you gotta get that shit off. And then my cousin getting her ass beat for secretly shaving.
So what are the stereotypes that come with growing out your hair?
You're dirty.
I've heard that from my dad too. Like, so it's sucio. Like, it just looks dirty.
No.
Men don't hold women to the same level as they hold themselves. They're putting women in the same category as children, basically. All the characteristics of what a nice woman should be are all characteristics of children.
Childlike behavior. Soft and innocent and sweet and giggly. Fuck that.
Even like shaving commercials, they use words like baby soft. They're still comparing our bodies to look like children.
Y'all seen the movie Lolita?
Girl.
The media took that and fucking ran with it. And now you see a hint of that movie in everything, everywhere, because now all women are small, childlike, they talk like this all the time for men. I know that the actress was 14 at the time of the filming. Like, you have a literal 14-year-old playing this young and, in other people's words, seductive. And the fact that you're even describing a child in that way is downright disturbing.
I remember the times I got catcalled the most is when I was a young girl.
That really boils my fucking blood. We're just girls.
We're just girls.
We're just girls.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. 'Cause I'm just a girl.
That's all you want me to be. Y'all ever got told to close your leg all the fucking time? Now the bitches be wide open.
And it's the fact that it's called manspreading.
Every man has a right to do what every woman should not do. We've covered a lot of good things. What is one thing that you guys want to close off on, some advice for people that are growing into their body hair? They're starting to feel like a lot of pressure on them now.
For me, my journey with body hair, I shaved every inch of my body from high school up until 19, 20 is when I took a moment and I thought to myself, like, why am I doing this? I think it's good to ask yourself those questions. Why am I shaving my hair? It's okay if you want to shave. That's your preference. It's up to you. You want to make sure you're doing those things for yourself. And I even had a partner show disgust and disinterest. I made a comment about oh wow, they're growing out their hair. I like that. I would do that. And then immediately she came with mean comments like, ew, I think that's disgusting. Like, I would never be with a girl that like had hairy armpits, and that would go with like, you know, just putting opinions on anything I wanted to do with myself. So I say that to say, even your partners is not okay with you having body hair. That says a lot. This is you in your natural form. This is you in your purest, most authentic self. And if that turns somebody off or grosses them out, that's a whole other conversation in itself. You need to be comfortable first before you start trying to make other people comfortable. With my parents also, I've been playing tennis with them, and I've been wearing sports bras, and I've been out. You know, they've been seeing my armpits, and my dad hasn't made any comments. So I think they're getting used to me and, you know, coming to terms with me.
I love that. Unfortunately, I do live in this society. I do consume media from time to time, and you know, I know the stigma behind having hairy armpits or hairy legs. Sometimes I have to take a step back and be like, okay, you're beautiful no matter what. And another reason as to why I do it is for other women. I want them to see that a beautiful, confident woman is walking around, even though I may be feeling a little iffy on the inside, that is a one beautiful woman, and she has hairy armpits. Like, I can fucking do that too.
That's
you
very
know?
important.
Like, it's almost like a male repellent. I could just lift my arms and hopefully it disgusts you enough, because I don't want you to talk to me anyway. It's like, oh, you think you like it? Oh, yes! Boy, get out of here. And it's like, they really won't talk to you.
Because again, it's a symbol.
They're like,
because
she's
you're
one of
not
those.
about that.
She's a feminist.
She's one of those. Oh my god. I'm gonna throw up.
I'd love to be one of those.
Today, I saw the most ignorant guy. I was so mad. He's like, oh, these women nowadays, yeah, growing out their armpits. Calm down. Like, you guys look dirty. What are you doing? I'm like, wow, there's people that it gets this emotion out of them. Me walking down the grocery store and they see me, they're like, women, gosh, they don't know how to act. Why do they think they have to be just like men? You're not gonna get out of the patriarchy that way.
Oh my god.
Sir, I am. Actually, this is one step towards.
That it's a male repellent, but then it also attracts the most unwarranted fucking comments, looks.
I hope that within the next couple of years, we'll start to see more women in their natural form, and this will become normalized again, and shaving won't be the new norm, and we'll be able to change the way that men think
Men will have
about our
right to say
bodies.
shit.
Exactly, and like men that have partners that decide to grow their hair out, to be respectful.
Want to make sure that you're doing it for you,
Yes.
baby girl.
And also, like, don't shit on us if we decide to keep it. I feel like there's so many women that do decide to shave that also share that judgment, you know?
yeah.
You don't have to share those opinions. You can keep those to yourself, because the more you vocalize those, you're also spreading that message. And is that really what you want for women? No, we want to be completely in control of what we do and why we do it. If we're only doing this because we're being told to do it from the very beginning of time, why?
It's all peace. It's all love.
And let's keep it going.
And keep it growing.
Keep it growing.
Keep it growing.
Keep it growing. I love
Hair
it.
hair is beautiful. Hair is so beautiful. And if anyone tells you otherwise,
Welcome.
fuck them.
Fuck them.
Welcome. I think we did a great job discussing this topic. You guys made some very nice points. Anyways, let's close this out. Until the next time, guys. We would love to have Kate back.
I will be.
Hell yeah.
Cheers.
I had a really great time.
Alright, guys, let's cheer this out. Cheers.
Cheers.
Some fucking body hair, huh? Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo!